work by the student and the two teachers had been responsible. It's presented to the Executive Director of the TVET Council together with the trade. Please, this is what we do. Show out to the world there. That is what KTA does.
Thank you so much. We are grateful to the Institute and we thank God for the skills and the trainers as well. Thank you very much.
So you now put your coat on it in the office.
Sarah DC, I know you fight for the development of your country. We start from somewhere. This is a gesture of appreciation of your services and for your presence from Kitgum, made in Kitgum Technical Institute. Please take it. From management and the trainees.
Wow.
Yes, together with the trade and the cameras can tell what is inside. It is with love from Kitgum. VTI. Yes.
Thank you. We have another tray. This time round is going to... My name is Kidega Aldo, the principal Kitgum Technical Institute. Today we had a great meeting chaired by the Executive Director of the TVET Council, which is a new body that was enacted by an Act of Parliament on 15th of March this year. Today we had the principal meeting, which is, we call it TAPTVO. It is an association of all the principals in Uganda who comes together to have their matters and issues raised in the right fora. And such reports would be presented now to the authorities. And today we are glad we had the Executive Director around. We are supposed to have the Chairperson TVET Council, and that is Madam Allen Kagina. Unfortunately, she had an accident on her way to Kitgum. Nevertheless, the ED represented her, and the issues which were raised were responded to by the by the Executive Director. We are so happy that at least many of the issues which had been hanging since the enactment of the law had been resolved. And we hope going forward many of the things would be worked on.
And the Assistant Secretary raised some issue concerning the idleness of some of the machines that were donated by the government due to lack of experts. What is the condition like in Kitgum?
For Kitgum Technical Institute, I think this matter does not so much concern us, because all the equipment which were given under the project, that is the World Bank project, are being utilized to the dot. So that challenge now may be with other institutions, but for us we don't have. The equipment that we have, we are putting them to good use.
So for someone outside there who might want to know what Kitgum Technical Institute can give us just a brief highlight?
Kitgum Technical Institute, as I said before, it started way back in the 1970s as a rural trade school to train the Catholic community. The missionaries who came, there were communities which were living around. So it was an attempt to train these people on hands-on so that they can be able to survive in this world, and that would cater for their livelihood. It transitioned into a technical school in the year 1974. Then in 1984, it became a fully fledged technical institute. It now has a divergence of courses, the traditional one and the modern one, offering both non-formal and formal courses. And we are so proud that at least our staff are doing what it takes to make sure that the students we get, when they go back home, they would be able to do something that can make a difference to the other people who are out there.
You said there were 409?
Our enrollment stands at 490 students. We have those on non-formal or short courses, somebody may call it like that. There are about 140. And then 30 private non-formal students. The other 140 is paid by an NGO, UNDP. And the others are the formal students, which numbers to about 320. Through Kitgum Technical Institute, we are supposed to have, by staff sailing standard, we are supposed to have 57. But as we speak, we have only 21 staff on government payroll. The others are paid by boards. This is a matter we are trying to resolve in coordination with the ministry and Kitgum Municipal Council, so that this issue of wage is harmonized and we don't have such a challenge. But as of now, we have a challenge.
what are some of the key issues you table before the executive director to handle as a new body?
As a new body, the executive director and the chairperson TVET Council, we brought to their attention a number of issues. One is the issue of capitation grants, which by definition, by now, government gives about 52 million, which cannot sustain a school for a period of 4 months, given the number of events, the breakdown, and many other issues which are supposed to be sorted out, and that money now looks to be little. We're also looking at the infrastructure. Many of these institutions, even including KTA, we need more infrastructure so that it can also be able to attract learners from out there. And then equipment. Infrastructure is one, but we're also looking at this infrastructure and workshops being equipped with the tools and materials which can be used for practicals, because for us our major work is hands-on, so we would need so much those practical material and equipment.
Welcome you all. My name is Moses Kasacha, the Executive Director of TVET Council. We were invited here by the association, or chairman of the association of trainers of vocational training institutes. They hold such meetings every year to reflect on their job, which areas they want to improve upon, which areas they have been able to accomplish. They always have their own plans, but that would be best told by the chairperson or a representative from that team. As for us from TVET Council, we were invited as stakeholders to come and share some of the reforms that are taking place. And that's what we were trying to share with the trainers, especially in regard to reforms that have been introduced by the TVET Act of 2025, which is trying to streamline the TVET skills, ensuring that the colleges and trainers, or providers and trainers, are regulated, ensuring that the curriculum that is being used matches or is well aligned with the market demands. Because a study was undertaken and it was discovered that some of the programs that are being delivered were not in line, not in sync with what the market was demanding. So we wanted to share some of that information with the providers and to share with them some of the expectations from them. They have to comply with these expectations, and that's what we were here trying to share with the trainers. Specifically, these are chief lead trainers. These are chief head trainers, where formerly they've been called principals of the institutes. But now for VTI, we refer to them as chief head trainers. But there is also a principal which was sustained for colleges of higher level. And that's why TVET is there. That's why the reform is there. For those of you who may not have heard, the concern is that the secretary to the Catholic Diocesan Secretary of Education reported a situation where equipments were donated to institutes or to colleges, but in those colleges, nobody can operate those equipment. And those are the things we would like to change. When an equipment is being donated, there should be a prior understanding of whether the people to operate such equipments are there. Because if it's not done, then it turns out to be what we refer to as no value for money. So what we are now doing is making sure that when there are donations, they should rhyme with places where the people to operate such donations are, such equipments are. That's what we are trying now to encourage people to do. Don't simply accept an equipment which you cannot put to use. It would be fair to say, thank you, but we cannot utilize this equipment here. That is one way, and then it will be taken to where it will be utilized, put to use. The other alternative would be, thank you, but we also need support of a skill which can operate this equipment. So those are some of the things we are now trying to bring out to ensure there is no redundancy, to ensure there is no wastage, and to ensure there is value for all. I would like to encourage the youth to take up TVET skills. The beauty with TVET skills is that we don't train you to know about something. We train you to be able to do it. By the time you leave, you are able to do it. We have many youth out there. There are opportunities for you to learn a skill and become useful. You do something for yourself, or you may get a job in any of the workshops, in an industry, in a farm, in a hotel, than being on the street and just playing games like Ludo. You can gain a skill and become productive in your country. So we are encouraging the youth to embrace these opportunities, take up these opportunities, and become productive in your country.